Today we have the Ryzen AI 9 370 with 48 gigabytes of DDR5 4800 and dual channel, a Radeon 890M iGPU, and two 1TB NVMe drives.
Hello again and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Death Stranding 2, and in order to get it to run good on my Radeon 890M, I did have to go down to all low, and I had to use FSR, set the performance mode. This is for 1080p. I suspect if I went to 720p, I might be able to raise some of the settings a little bit, but I prefer the higher resolution if I can. Not that this is high resolution using FSR, but you get what I'm saying. So overall, I'm averaging 30 FPS without issue. And I suspect that this would run on a 1050 Ti possibly. The main limitation for you is going to be that 4 gigabytes of video memory that it has. I really think you might need something that has over 4 gigs of memory. Now the Radeon 680M is about the same speed as a 1050 Ti, but if you have enough RAM, it will actually use 8 gigs of system memory or more as needed. So I think if you have a Radeon 680M, you should be all right. Probably have to go down to 720p, still have to use FSR, and still have to keep everything low. If you have something like a Radeon 780M, that should work as well. If you have a 1060, I think if you have the 6 gigabyte version, I think that's really going to be the one that's going to run the best out of the lower end video cards, because it has that extra video memory and it has a little bit more power than the 1050 Ti. But I think there's going to be more iGPUs that can run this than what people realize. Yeah, you're going to need something like 780M, maybe a 760M, an 860M. The Intel Arc 140V or 140T should run this as well. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just not sure with the video memory. You know, if you've tried this on a 4 gigabyte card, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what your results were, because I don't have any 4 gigabyte cards to test it with that would be powerful enough to run it in the first place. And all of my iGPUs are more powerful than a 1050 Ti, or about the same speed. Now, I've heard of Death Stranding a lot from different people talking about it, and just from doing some reading up on it in general. But I never got the chance to play it. And I'm kind of enjoying it so far. You know, I like the game mechanics where if you start tripping, you kind of got to correct yourself. And I also like how you can kind of like lose something in the deep water and then you have to go and retrieve it. I don't know. It's just, it makes it a little bit more challenging, but also more realistic. Another cool design choice that they did is you have to hold the trigger in order to hold something in your right hand, or hold the left trigger to hold something in your left hand. And if you release the trigger, you drop the item. And I thought that was a smart and interesting choice. You know, I can't recall a game that makes you actually hold the item through the pressing of a button, through the holding of a button, excuse me. So I think overall it has a lot of unique features to it, and it still looks pretty good even though I'm on all low. Well, thank you for watching, and don't forget to check us out on Reddit at craptopgamingadvice, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.